Hello, sweet and beautiful, gentle people who've never been dumped before. Welcome back with another episode of the It's Not Always Dark podcast.
Reporting live from the Parks Department in Pawnee, Indiana.
Yeehaw, I'm Kieran.
And I'm Erin.
And today we're talking about, as you might have guessed, Parks and Recreation.
It's been a long time coming.
But we're here now. So, Parks and Recreation is a political satire mockumentary series sitcom which aired between the years of 2009 to 2015. A different time entirely now.
A very different time. Starring the likes of...
The world changed.
Oh, she did. She didn't have. Multiple times. Starring the likes of Amy Poehler as Leslie Knope, Rashida Jones as Anne Perkins, Nick Offerman as Ron Swanson, and many, many more. We're sure you're all familiar. We've spoken about it a fair amount on this podcast.
Yeah, it's come up a couple of times to the point where it's funny that it's taken us till episode 21 to finally get around to doing its own episode.
Yeah.
But good things are worth waiting for. And today we've decided that for today's episode, we're taking a fun approach. We are playing some of our favourite types of games to play with one another, such as Who Said That?
Yes.
A classic quote game, and quickfire trivia, because we're sharp, to the point, and very quick. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew pew.
Pew, pew.
Okay, so first of all, before we get fully into it, I just want to have a little moment to talk about why Parks and Rec is so important. Not just on a personal level, but just for, as we said, it was from a very different moment in time. A
different time.
2009 to 2015. That's a pre-Trump America, people. A pre-Trump America. Well, I mean, he was there, but he wasn't,
I like to know, before 2009, Trump just hadn't been
invented. He didn't exist. He wasn't in the Home Alone films.
He only was in one film. He doesn't get to be in
multiple.
No films.
No films.
You were a cameo, sir. People.
But yeah, it's representative, I think, of the hopefulness of Obama America, I guess. Obviously the result, as there always is, there's the own conflicts of the time, but you're coming out of, I guess, the 2008 crash that was experienced globally, and then so this is very much like a millennials show for millennials, but can still be enjoyed and related to, I think, by people of our age and younger.
I agree.
Leslie Knope was probably one of the first boss lady women that we saw in a sitcom presented in sort of a way that's she could have been portrayed as bossy and annoying, and she is bossy and annoying, but everyone loves her because of that. I think having sorry, on you go.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just going to say that I think that for a character like Leslie, they're able to find that perfect balance between the comedic stylings of Amy Poehler and how funny and irreverent she's been for her whole career. And they're able to take her likability and, add on a role such as Leslie's, which is it's government official, then goes on to run for government, And it's difficult because I think a lot of people have a relationship with politics that is quite negative. They don't like to think about who's in power. They don't like to think about what's happening. And so to support a character who they see as so lovable and likable, but then is also still in government, it creates a bit of conflict there. And I think that Amy Poehler does such an amazing job at making politics, and especially American government, seem as though they're doing the right thing. And again,
there's good people within a flawed system, I think, is
exactly that's the takeaway.
And I think especially with that character, the immediate sort of comparison that you would have seen based on other sitcoms at the time was between Leslie and Michael Scott from The Office. And I think
very different people from having seen both.
Yeah, but I think first series Leslie was meant to be a lot more like Michael Scott.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it
I'll
sort
give
of
you that.
it developed out into this wonderful, because I think Amy Poehler just has a warmth and a genuine like lovability that you do get with Michael Scott, but not on the same level as you do Leslie.
As you do with Leslie.
Leslie's kindness and awareness of other people, I think, is what really is her key feature. Like how much she loves Anne, the friend that she makes in series 1.
Yeah.
Like the whole show, I think, was meant to be based on like their friendship. I think was the sort of starting point.
It's a really good starting point.
And obviously that goes on, and it became so much more than that. But I just love a good female role model in comedy. So good.
Yeah. I mean, we already did our full podcast talking about SNL, and it's amazing that we weren't speaking a bit more about Amy Poehler there, but that's because she's so good at whatever she's in that she just becomes part of it, and especially when she's the star of the show.
Yeah, well, she's been doing she's
a big name
of films and stuff recently. She directed, I don't know if you saw it on Netflix, it was called Moxie, and it was like about this like girls taking like in their high school, she starts a little like zine, like a little magazine, like a feminist magazine. It's a really good, I mean, it's kind of like one of those cheesy Netflix films, but it's
I need to check
fun.
it out.
It's fun.
So should we get into our game for today?
Let us do it. Let's begin.
Okay, so we're starting with our quotes game. I'll go first. I'm feeling like this is a classic that you might recognize, you might not, but I really hope you do. I really hope you do. Sometimes you gotta work a little so you can ball a lot.
I feel like that has to be Tom.
Correct. This is in fact Tom Haverford, played by the incredible Aziz Ansari. What a man. What a man. What a mighty good man.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty, mighty good man. Okay. I totally hear you, but I also don't like what you're saying. So if you say no, I will start a fire in the bathroom.
My brain goes between a few things. I'm thinking Ron's ex-wife's, but then also I feel like it's not. So I'm going to say, I'll go with a safe one, April, just in case.
It wasn't. It was Mona Lisa Saperstein.
Oh my God. No, I'm annoyed that I didn't get that one. I think Jenny Slate is so fucking funny as Mona Lisa.
Funny.
John Ralphio and Mona Lisa. What a duo that just get to come in and be a breath of
ridiculous.
Fresh air.
They get to be so stupid.
Can we please reference their best moment on the show together? Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
So funny.
Okay, so far the points are 1-0. Let's try and win this back, folks. My next one. I would like a glass of red wine, and I'll take the cheapest one you have because I can't tell the difference.
I know that they go to a wine tasting at one point and April does a quote, but I don't think it's that. I think it's Anne. No!
So sorry to inform you, it's in fact Leslie Knope, but I felt like...
She drinks red wine? Leslie Knope drinks red wine?
She does, apparently, because she can't tell the difference between any of them, so it probably works.
Oh my God.
Are you into red wines?
I drink all the wine. If it's wine, I'll drink it. I fucking love wine.
That was so like, you know, the mum that's got the little placard that says like, it's wine o'clock somewhere.
No, like...
That's the energy you just gave me.
And like, if people don't already know that I will be like a proper live, laugh, love mum. Like...
Live, laugh, lover.
Like... It's in my future and I've accepted that. I've made my peace. And I'm at peace with that.
And I'm at peace with that.
Okay, it's me, it's Erin, doing a bit. Okay, no matter what I do, literally nothing bad can happen to me. It's like I'm a white male US senator.
Oh, these are kind of difficult in my brain because I'm like, who's got this much pointedness? And like, uh, I'm gonna say perhaps Tom.
It was Miss Leslie.
I didn't think she would be that. No,
You hear her in the manic voice to the screen, just being like, nothing bad can happen to me.
Oh, right. Okay. I was like, when does Leslie just attack the male senators? But then I also remember that she's so open to attacking any male in like power because very often, like especially when she goes for like the council elections and she's got the dentist councilman who wants to make her life hell.
Yeah.
She's not
Hate
scared
him.
to go to their level. I think he's okay in the end. I don't know. I don't like him, but I think he does something to help her if I'm not wrong.
I might be thinking of the wrong one.
No, kind of like curly hair.
Yeah, I just don't
No,
remember a
you're the right
redemption
one.
arc.
Oh.
Maybe I just blocked it.
Oh, he redeemed himself? Not in my eyes.
Not to me. No one can be rude to Leslie. Get me with it.
Next up. No, that's Buckingham Palace. Hogwarts is fictional. You do know that, don't you? It's important to me that you know that.
That is Ben to Andy when they're on the trip to London trying to... like, there was a whole thing, but that was
Business.
so funny.
Business.
I think Ben reacting to everything
Oh,
that happens
so
in this
good at playing
program
the straight man.
Yeah, played by Adam Scott.
Yeah, another incredible performer.
We've definitely gushed about him on here before.
We have. We
But
could do it for longer.
we could. Well,
The Adam Scott cast.
this is where it becomes. I mean, this is already like a fangirl podcast. Like this is what we've become. But
I like it.
I love it.
I love that for them.
Clear alcohols are for rich women on diets.
These are so like I'm trying to figure out the context in which they're being said. If I get none out of this, I promise I have watched the show.
It's the lack of context.
I'm gonna say Donna.
Do you know it's not?
Oh my god! Who is it?
When I say it, you're gonna be like, obviously, it was Ron. It was Mr. Ron.
The lack of tone kills me because like there's no deadpan delivery of like of the way Ron Swanson talks.
I thought it would be super obvious if I did.
No, I mean do you know what he is actually talking about it like it's what? No, because even Ron's not a misogynist. He just thinks he's the toughest thing on the planet.
He's just such a complicated, simple man. He's just...
I mean, he is a lot of what Nick Offerman is in real life. Like, I've seen so many interviews where Nick Offerman is just going over his life, and I'm like, oh, so they made your life a character on a TV show? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I love it.
I'm not pulling out ahead by any means, nor do I think I can make a comeback, but I am determined that I will score 1 point in this round and make it all up in the next. Okay, my one. Oh, I have a medical condition, all right. It's called caring too much, and it's incurable.
That's Leslie.
Also, I have eczema. No.
Wait.
That's not Leslie. It is, in fact, Craig, who comes to join the parks
She
department.
drove me here!
Played by Billy Eichner. He's so funny.
So funny! I can hear it now
I
in
also
my head.
said it. I said eczema the way they do in America. Eczema.
Eczema?
You got eczema? What are these bumps?
Oh, okay. I'm big enough to admit that I am often inspired by myself.
That's Leslie Knope.
That is Leslie Knope.
I know that's a Leslie Knope quote.
I love that.
Of
That's
course,
so funny.
She is allowed to be inspired by herself. She does so much. I think the best running gag about Leslie as a character is the fact that how does she sleep? Where does she make time to sleep when she does all these extra things for people?
She is the original girl boss hustle culture queen. Like,
For real.
she invented hustle culture. It's Wild. Can't believe she did that.
Can't believe she started it. God, Leslie, the one bad thing you did to the world. Hustle culture.
Also, like, so much sugar.
So much sugar. Okay. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Don't teach a man to fish. And feed yourself. He's a grown man, and fishing's not that hard.
That's wrong. That has to be wrong.
Do you know what I mean, though? It's like, I feel like that is like such a Ron quote. Because it's like, who else would talk about fishing on this show? Not a goddamn person but him.
So fun. No, but then it could be anyone out of like anyone in a different...
True. I feel like Tom's a real wild card because he comes out with some stuff where you're like, you've shown no interest as a character into liking this hobby, and yet here you are talking about it as though it's something you do daily.
Treat yourself 2011.
God dang it! That was one of my moment questions. I was gonna be like, oh, who inspired the ideology known as treat yourself? Anyway,
is it me?
It is in fact you.
Okay, I think this is my last
No, it's our third podcast member.
And we're like, and over to Bonnie the dog in the corner.
Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie just had a birthday yesterday.
Bonnie's my dog.
Special shout outs to Bonnie.
Bonnie turned 11.
She is an angel. She's so sweet. We love Bonnie, and she's a Bonnie lass.
So, jogging is the worst. I know it keeps you healthy, but God, at what cost?
Anne Perkins.
That is Anne Perkins.
Perkins.
To Chris.
Anne keeps it too real. She's the one character who always is ready to dish the truth.
I feel like I find Anne deeply relatable, probably the most. Because I think we're all Anne.
Because you're gorgeous, you're perfect. We all love you.
I'm a beautiful tropical fish.
You are a beautiful tropical fish. I didn't mess that word up at all.
A beautiful tropical fish.
I have like an extra one and I'm just going to go for it anyway.
Go
because
with it. Go for
why
it.
not? I'm not going to win the round. I'm sure he's not cheating on you, but if he is, he's a monster. And if he's not, you guys are great together. But if he is, I will kill him.
That's Leslie, about when
100%.
they think that Anne is being cheated on by Chris because they find a pink razor in his shower.
And it's just his.
So dumb. I love it. I love it.
Let us move ourselves right on to our next game. So, whilst the last one was more about guessing who, of course, said the quote, this time around we're getting a bit more specific with it. So, again, I don't know if this is even appropriate, but spoiler alert in case you've not seen anything of the show, because this is a lot of spoiler talk here.
Yeah, mine is a lot of just like out of context.
Cues.
Yeah.
Okay. I will start us off with... Okay. April's work buddy changed her name from Jennifer to this name. What is the name? She likes to pop a Xanax at Xanny o'clock. She does yoga.
Is it the episode where they've got the people coming in from the other town and they've got like their equivalent? I honestly can't think of what she's called.
Her name is Tinifer with 2 Y's.
I would never have got that. I was like...
I thought that was like kind of an obvious one. I think it's because April went along with it and adopted a new persona for the whole episode where she decided that she too was going to act like that person.
No, I get that. I could see it. I just couldn't. I would never. That's not even in a file anywhere in my brain.
That's not logged.
Was not there. Anyway. Okay, so Andy, played by Chris Pratt, gets a tattoo that is a misquote. What did he get tattooed?
Us not knowing the answers to these is so fun. I'm trying to think because I feel like I'm logging the idea of him having like a false tattoo in with every other false tattoo I've ever seen. No regrets.
No. It's a
God.
song. It's based on a song title. Or like a saying. But there is a Queen song.
I'm so sorry. This is no. I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man.
Sorry to this man. The original quote is, "The show must go on." Andy gets, "The show must go wrong." I'm now questioning whether he gets it tattooed or whether he just says it.
I like the possibility that he does have this tattoo, and I just don't recall a full tattoo.
Because maybe he's just in a hospital. Like, I think they're in a hospital bed. Maybe I've made up the tattoo. I'm sorry, I feel lied. But he definitely
Welcome
says
to the It's Not Always Dark podcast, where we lie consistently.
Not me lying to everyone on the stories the other day. Podcast goes out today.
Podcast uploading the day after.
I mean, like, having to then post at work, like, I'm sorry, the podcast isn't going up today.
I'm sorry, class.
Okay, so maybe or maybe not a tattoo, but Andy gets, "The show must go wrong." And that has become one of my life philosophies.
The show must go wrong.
Because
I mean,
it's actually
not wrong.
The show must go wrong. Everything
goes
wrong all the time, and you just need to go on with it.
It's the only way you know how to fix it is by doing it wrong. Mm-hmm. What a smart, profound statement that Andy Dwyer has come up with once again. We can always count on his character to have something insightful to add.
I think I love how much his character adds to it, because it's so a lot of the actual sort of deepest or like most genuinely, like, a lot of dark humor is portrayed through his kind of goofiness. Like, there's the quote where he just literally like lists all the symptoms of depression. He was like, "No, I'm fine, I'm not depressed," and then like he's like, "I'm just like having changes in appetite."
This and this. I think that Andy's character has like an overwhelming amount of optimism within him.
Such like a golden retriever energy.
Very golden retriever.
Yeah.
I think that someone put it best back in the day when they said that Andy Dwyer is like a golden retriever to like April's like black cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's the energy the two of them give.
I very much enjoy their relationship as well. And like that sort of like young fun couple trying to adjust to being adults. Yeah.
Yeah. But then also kind of killing it at the same time in their own weird way.
Yeah, but I think that's just sort of, it became very like the inspiration for a lot of people to be like, well, I don't have to lose my kidness to be an adult.
Kidness. I thought you were trying to say kidneys in a funny way there.
Actually, did you not know that in order to fully become an adult, you have to
give up your kidneys.
Give up your kidneys, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the call.
First COVID vaccine and then the kidneys. Like,
kidneys are gonna go after COVID because I can't get rid of them beforehand.
No.
Obviously. Now, next question. Mm-hmm. What is the name of the alcohol that Donna refuses to drink after seeing its effects on the rest of the group?
This was one of my questions too. I think
That's so funny.
Is it snake juice?
It is in fact snake juice.
Served at the snake hole.
Served at the snake hole, indeed. Yes. One of my favorite episodes ever because it's called The Fight.
Of Ron.
That too. That's a really great gif. But for me, the best part of the episode is the drunken argument between Leslie and Anne, where they're trying to like defend themselves, but they're both very upset about being in a fight with each other, that it just doesn't really happen.
Yeah, but that's like, we've been on that night out. Everyone's been on that night out.
Where you and the person you were like having the most fun with have now just got an issue to deal with.
Okay, so in the same episode that we were talking about earlier, where Leslie thinks Anne's getting cheated on by Chris, they're at Leslie and Ron. I don't know why Ron's there. I'm now questioning everything, but Ron's there. They're having dinner. There, okay. They're having dinner at Chris's. Okay. And Chris has said that he's going to grill them burgers.
Oh, yes.
Which Ron's thrilled about.
He's so ecstatic.
What does Chris give them instead of a burger patty?
I mean, it's gonna be some like vegan type of burger. So part of me wants to say like a mushroom.
Just
Okay,
just a full
grilled
portobello mushroom
Yeah.
as the burger.
And then I think on that same episode at the very end, Ron ends up going to like an all-night diner afterwards, and he has the incredible quote where he's like, I need you to give me all the eggs and bacon that you have. And then the guy goes to leave and he stops him and goes, no, son, I don't think you understand. I need all of the egg and bacon that you have in this building.
Yeah, it's like where he's like, I don't want you to misunderstand that I don't just want you to put a lot of bacon and eggs on a plate.
I want
it all.
I just think it's funny that his character just is able to consume so much red meat. Like, he's the traditional type. He is like a traditional American man, like the stereotype that exists of them. Red meat loving, gun shooting,
whiskey drinking,
hunting, fishing, whiskey drinking, all these things. But still, you like him because why? He's not a complete misogynist.
Yeah, I think about it's his like one, respect of women, and two, disrespect of the government that keeps him from being the redneck
that he so easily
he
could
qualifies for in every other way.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you go.
Oh.
Sorry, that was
I'm good. That's so aggressive. You go. Mark Brendanowitz appeared on how many seasons of Parks and Recreation before leaving, never to be seen again on the show?
I think just one. No? Is he not just in the first series? And at the end of that series...
2 seasons.
2? He's in it for 2 seasons?
Yeah, he stuck around for 2. I think it's because season 1 is mostly him and his relationship with like Leslie, but then also in season 1 going into season 2, Anne becomes a love interest as well.
I thought that was all in one. I think it's because it's very much...
because the episodes are quite short.
Yeah. And I think also we pretend that season 1 doesn't exist that much sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think season 1 really launched what we needed it to be, but it's not my favourite season. Yeah. I think they definitely built to their best work.
Okay. What? Oh, I've got one. Okay, so they go on a hunting trip.
Yes.
Who shot Ron?
Oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure it was Tom.
It was Tom.
Thank you.
I was trying to get you with the little curveball there because Leslie takes the
fall for it. Yeah. I remember it's because there's a really funny bloopers scene where it's that like Ron's been shot and he's in his bed and they're trying to like help him.
Yeah, so like
Anne and Leslie are on top of him trying to like keep him down, but they're laughing so much that they cannot get through this scene, and it's immortalized it forever in my brain.
Yeah, and then like Donna just banging on her car outside, like my Mercedes.
Okay, next question for you. What is the name of Ron Swanson's alter ego?
Duke Silver, jazz musician.
Correct. Oh. There's a lot of music that goes on in this show, but not the way you'd expect it to.
I love it so much. I love it.
Andy Dwyer and Duke Silver.
Yeah, Mousetrap.
What a collab.
The pit. You fell in the pit.
You sound so much like him when you do that.
I've listened to it a lot.
It's actually on loop right now.
It's actually always what's playing in my head.
We're gonna link it below. Streaming services now available.
Have you seen that clip? And it's Trixie and Katya. And Trixie's like, that's why gay people walk so fast. They're just playing like
blank
Superstar,
in their head.
Where's you go? Where's you
go? Yes.
And I'm like,
I will
imagine
say
that
is 100% a thing.
Yeah. Oh, like
the power walk.
I can't keep up. 1, you've got longer legs than me.
Yeah.
2, you just walk at a speed that's not maintainable for conversation. So I'm just like wheezing kind of behind you. Like,
You're just a teenage dirtbag baby.
Come listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Ooh. So, Mr. Andy Dwyer in the later seasons become... Well, him and April have a thing where they kind of role play.
I know this. Wait. I have two questions.
No.
Is it their names?
No, it's not.
Oh. Okay.
In the later seasons, Andy Dwyer gets his own kids' TV program.
He does.
What is his personality alter ego called?
Johnny Karate.
Yeah.
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 I thought you were gonna ask me about what's it?
Is
the
it Bert
FBI
Haplin?
agent.
Bert Haplin?
Bert Haplin, and then also April she plays like this
Janet
Portuguese
Snakehole, no?
widow.
No.
Janet Snakehole. Yeah, no, that sounds right. She's like a widower, and she walks around
that.
with like those overly dramatic cigarette holders.
I love it's like their first sort of like romantic date thing where they're at the snake hole and Andy can't afford to buy her a drink. So
and she can't afford to buy drinks either.
She can't afford the drinks either. So they both just go about like pretending to be other people and getting them free drink the whole night. I loved it so much.
It's a mood. It's a full mood.
Okay.
To end and wrap all of this up, what is the name of the family that owns the Sweetums company?
The Newport family.
Correct.
I honestly wouldn't have known that had I not mentioned Bobby Newport earlier. Played by Paul Rudd.
Oh my god. It's just, you can't name... Before I forget anything else, Catherine Hahn playing Jennifer Berkeley, the like campaign manager for Bobby Davenport during that whole season.
Just being a riot.
Incredible.
So funny.
She makes everything 10 times what it could be without her.
It was Agatha all along.
All along.
If you can't tell, gentle people, we have had a hoot and a half today.
A hoot and a holler.
A hoot and a holler. This is just... I mean, we could go on forever, I guess, talking about Parks and Rec.
Really, if it were up to me, we would be going back and forth for like a full hour, just quote after quote, trying to see who gets the most by the end of the hour. And then maybe in the 50s region I could catch up.
I just love it. This has been so fun. I very much enjoyed this.
Me too.
We're going to be back next week with some new things. We're going to start talking about some music, some films, some TV shows, all the good stuff, all the media, all the peopling, fangirling, gentle peopling. Thank you so much for listening. And all we have to say now is bye, little Sebastian.